the difference between what I call the Ben Franklin balance sheet. It's the debit side of the balance sheet. Okay, so you got the activity side of the balance sheet, you've got the result side of the balance sheet. So what's the difference? One makes you money and one doesn't make you money. So there are things that we do in our business that we own and operate that are activities. And if one activity leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, leads to another, what happens is that we never make any money in our business. An activity is not a bad thing, but you just have to identify what this company pays you for. How many people in here have given a business presentation or sent somebody to a website? Did Ambit Energy ever send you a paycheck for the act of showing the business to somebody? So it's an activity, right? A business presentation is an activity. Trainings are activities. Anybody get paid by Ambit for making a phone call? Sending somebody to Energy 526. Now look at all those things. Those are important activities. Getting somebody to go and look at the business presentation or look at the Energy 526, make the phone calls to get people to come to the meetings, send the email, check the email. But think about it, if one activity leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another, that leads to another, is Ambit Energy sending you a check for your business? No. This is interactive. I need some response when I ask a question. So no one's got paid for doing any of that? Well, I'm glad to hear that because they hadn't paid me either. So what do we get paid for? So we get paid to gather personal customers. How much in Texas do we get paid in commission for our personal customers? 50 cents. How much do we get paid in New York for our personal customers? 5 cents. And in Illinois, we'll get paid 5 cents. So let's take the biggest figure, 50 cents. How many people in here have 100 customers, personal customers that they've gotten themselves, 100 personal customers? Maybe one or two? How many people in here have 50 personal customers? So let's take 50 personal customers. If you go bust it, and you'd have to agree, going and getting 50 personal customers is busting. If you went and busted it and got 50 personal customers at 50 cents a piece, how much would this company pay you? $25 a month. Yeah. How many people in here want to make over $100,000 a month? Yeah. How many people want to make over $1 million a month? Yeah. So there better be another result or another way to drive revenue to our business, because this ain't it. $25 a month, folks. That's $300 a year, and you got to go kill yourself to go make $25 a month. What's the second thing we get paid to do? Because there are only two. It's right in our business presentation. We help other people do the same thing. Now, if you want to make 500 or 1,000 or 10,000 or 50,000 or 100,000 or 1,000,000 or millions a month, and the first one's going to get you $25 a month, doesn't it make logical sense that if I own and operate my own business, I better understand that I need to be spending 99.999999999% of my time doing number two? Folks, you're not going to make any money standing on the street corner as a distributor trying to sell Coca-Cola on a street corner. Now understand that no money's paid out without the acquisition of customers. I understand that. We all understand that. We don't get paid to recruit. That'd be illegal. We get paid to acquire customers. So I'd better understand how to acquire customers, and more importantly, I better have a good story about acquiring customers. There are people in my organization in here that didn't get their two energy customers within 28 days. They went on to get them, or they're in the process of getting them. Folks, let me give you another silver bullet. You only have one chance to build your story in this business. You only have one chance to build your story in this business, and it's a lot better if you're telling somebody, because once you get promoted to regional or senior and you want to capitalize on the promotions, and by the way, if you didn't see it in the back office, the promotion for this month is identical to the promotion for last month. So thank you, Chris and Jerry, for another great promotion. But if you're a regional consultant at some point in the future, you are right now, you want people to gather customers in 7 days, do you not? You want them to trigger in 7 days. Well, how in the world can you go ask somebody to trigger in 7 days when you sat on your duff and didn't go do it yourself? You're not going to be able to say, hey, I got my customers in 24 hours, 48 hours, and I can show you how to do the same thing. It is aggravating to me to have people come into this business and not understand the importance of building a story. Folks, whatever your story is, it might not be the Ray Monty story of 60 days to EC. It doesn't have to be. It might be that it took me 2 months to get to RC. It doesn't matter what the story is, but goodness gracious, leave here today understanding you got to tell a story. You know, people say, well, I live in the state of Washington, or I live in Florida, or I live here, or I live there. How do I gather customers? Figure it out. Just go do it. You know, if you understand that you got your hands on a multi-million-dollar business, had you not better figure out how to do it and whine and complain and, you know, I just can't get customers. I don't, you know, I don't want to hear it. I'm going to talk about it this afternoon. I'm going to give you some suggestions, but I don't want to hear it. So they'll use that as an excuse. I live in Mississippi or Alabama, or I live in this state or that state, and I just couldn't get my customers. Well, I've seen too many times that when they understand how much money there is to be made, and they bring people into the business that are making money, and they understand that they're missing money by not getting customers, they go and get customers. If you had an income of just $1,000 a month and you had to go get 20 customers to get it, would you not hop on a plane, do whatever the heck it is you got to do to get to New York or Texas and go gather the customers? Well, if you're going to build a multi-million-dollar business, why don't you have that mentality? You spent a lot of money to come here. Did you come early to go get some customers? Oh, we got a few smart people. Folks, this is your business. How you run this business is up to you. You can whine or you can win. But you better spend 99.999999999% of your time doing number two. So I own and operate my own sales and marketing company. I've chosen Ambit Energy to drive revenue to it. And I understand that my revenue, or the credit side of the balance sheet, has to be higher than the debit side. My revenue has to be higher than my expenses for my company to show a profit. And now I understand what I've got to go do to create that profit.